Well, today's video was supposed to be me installing hydraulic lift cylinders onto my trailer, and that isn't exactly what happened. I had an unwilling participant for that particular project, so therefore I did not do it. I will show my hydraulic lift cylinders on my 4x8 tipping trailer. I'm pretty proud of that. Actually, it worked out exactly the way I expected it to. It's a 110 pound or 120 pound, whatever the lift cylinder is. It worked out great, so we can show that. Yeah, it worked out perfectly. Actually, it worked out exactly how as I expected it to. Tiki! Here's Tiki. That's Tiki, the new shop dog. So, I built these beautiful brackets, all nice and rounded, and it's a little off-center, but it's really nice. Down to here, proper geometry. I actually built two. There's the other mounting surface, or the other mounting one. I have two cylinders. I decided that if one was good, two was better, but apparently two was not better. The actual video today is, and my winch. I put this winch on because I had trouble loading some things. This is a tipping trailer, obviously, it tips. And it worked out really good. Everything was going perfectly until this morning on my inaugural run of grass cutting for the year. I thought I had forgotten my phone I thought I forgot my phone in the garage. So I drove about a third of the way down the street and decided that I should make a U-turn. Now this trailer is 4x8 feet. It's a 4x8 foot tipping trailer. The axle is way too close. Oh, look at that. The axle is way too close to the hitch, and it has a tendency to turn back on itself. I turned the trailer, backed the trailer up, thinking that I was making a perfect three-point turn, and in the process jackknifed the trailer and ripped. Now, I didn't rip it off. It's still there. Well, there's my hitch. Oopsie, oopsie, oopsie. Now, I bought a new hitch. It's a 15 inches wide, 50 degree, 2-inch ball trailer hitch. And there's the hitch. So, today's project, instead of being the one that went perfectly, which was installing the lift cylinders, is going to be me fixing my Monday morning fuck up. Oops. Say hi, Tiki. Now this thing's been up pretty good. I did a wonderful job of bending this up and screwing it up on a first inaugural trip on a Monday morning. This particular thing is welded, or this particular connector is welded along this bottom rail. So, what is a boy to do with such a conundrum? What do we do with this? How do I fix this? I figured part of it out, as I bought a new one. Now, I probably should have bought a 3-inch piece of trailer stock or tubing and extended this, but quite frankly I didn't feel like driving over to New Jersey to buy it, so I went to the local trailer place and bought this. It's a 2-inch ball A-frame trailer connector. Now we have several options for removing this broken piece. We could have the dog chew it off. That might take a while. we have a hacksaw, a $9.95 cutoff wheel from Harbor Freight, a 4-inch DeWalt electric grinder, a chisel, air chisel actually, from Snap-on. There we go, with a nice big wide blade on it, and a cold chisel or a hammer. My personal opinion is we can let the dog chew the end of the thing off, but that might take a while, and I really need to cut my grass, which is vitally important for this trailer. Well, I was very careful with the first option, which was rubbing peanut butter all over the trailer hitch and allowing the dog to lick at it until he decided he wanted to chew on it. She, actually, Tiki. And the results were less than what I was hoping for. So I've chosen fire. Ooh, hot. I'm not going to get into all the nuances of using a torch to burn a piece of metal off. There's a lot of videos on YouTube and in general, a bunch of the ones I watched when I was in high school, about how to set a correct flame or a correct neutral flame and how to burn metal. It's kind of redundant, along with me pointing out the stupidity of me trashing my trailer hitch. So I'm just going to burn this fucker off and we'll go from there. Be sure to wear your safety glasses, kids. Oh, that's not good. I think my working pressure is too high. That's exactly what the problem is. I'm going to go turn my working pressure down. Well, back to why my torch was popping. Apparently this fitting was not tight, nor this one. I don't use my cutting torch very much. I usually use my torch for heating and the occasional welding. This particular process, like I said, I smeared it with peanut butter and the dog didn't chew it off, so I figured that using heat and fire was the best way to go, which I'm pretty sure it is the best way to go, and we'll go from there. Hopefully it won't pop anymore. You should always use a striker to light your torch. I have very long welding leads, which is another problem. Discretion is the better part of valor. I should probably go get a set of eye protection. I bought this for my wife to use. She saw sparks one time and ran. Never use an open flame to light your torch. also, after some careful consideration, a pair of gloves might not be bad either. I think something's on fire. And this job really needs a hammer. Ow! Goddamn gloves. Well, crap. It looks like I have a bigger problem than I thought I did, which is this is no longer perpendicular to itself. Oh, well, I guess I'm going to have to cut that piece off too. I'm kind of hoping when I cut this here that it will, I got my hitch back. Maybe it'll straighten out. Well, wish in one hand, shit in the other, as my father used to say. I'm gonna reset the shot, and I have a feeling I know what's wrong with it. Well, we have a couple examples of fuckery going on around here, and not just me being a shithead. This has to come off. Watch your eyes, kids. And this is the other problem. These no longer line up. They no longer line up because I cut, there's a support in here. Well, I smashed the trailer hitch. That's part of the reason that nothing's lining up. But the other reason is that the support bar here is being held up with a jack. This jack is holding basically all the weight of the trailer, and then once I cut the hitch off, it lost its connection there. So what I've done is I've put a piece of angle iron, or a big piece of I-beam over here, and a jack. Ooh, it's hot. So now that this is parallel, I can trim the rest of this off with the torch, maybe, or a pry bar. Let's see what happens. Oh crap! I don't know what I did with my pry bar. Let's beat on it with a hammer. Well, that worked about as well as I expected it to. my wire cutters here. I think we can trim the rest of this off with a torch, and then I'll reset again and show you my other oopsies. While the torch is fun and in the hands of a professional, it's a very precision piece of equipment. In my hands, it creates a totally different problem. Always use a striker. You should always use a striker. Well, that's about the extent of the surgical precision that I can get with a torch. You can see I kind of blew through the base metal here and there, and I did catch my driveway on fire, and I ruined a perfectly good pair of socks. That's the other side. Now, the hitch is off. You know, let's see here, I'm going to widen it out a little bit. Yeah, there we go. The hitch is off, and Tiki approves. The next step is to grab the 4-inch angle grinder and clean up the mess that I have created. Okay, well, it's all ground out for the most part. You can see here where I kind of got a little overly aggressive with the torch, which is definitely going to cause a few problems. Slide will knock off the chain. But no problem that I don't think I can overcome with some welding. Oh, Tiki in the box. Tiki's in the box. Let's throw it on and see if it fits. Wow, look at that. Well, from what I can see, it seems like it fits relatively well. I'm going to take the camera off the tripod and show actually what the newer of the two issues is, which, I mean, I guess it's not really an issue other than I got to do something with it. But, yeah, it is what it is. Play dumb games. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes, and my stupid prize, or my stupid game, was trying to jackknife my trailer around in my own street because I thought I forgot my phone. Well, no! Let's see where it goes from there. I've reached a stopping point for today. It's getting a little bit late. It's 5:20, an hour after 4:20, and Tiki has decided that it's time to take a break for today. We've ground out, I've cut the piece off, I've ground out the existing metal. I don't think I'm going to fix the couple spots where I burned through with the torch. It's not really structurally important. If I was going to do, my original plan, which was to actually lengthen the trailer tongue, part of the problem with that trailer is that it's too short. The distance between the wheelbase and the pivot point on the trailer. Oh no! There we go. The distance between the pivot point of the trailer where it attaches to the hitch and the axles are actually really close together. So backing it up is a bit of a pain in the ass all the time. I normally don't back it up. Like I said, I thought I forgot my phone today, so I decided I was going to attempt to make a 3-point turn, and you saw the result. The new piece fits relatively well. Tomorrow I will grind off the new piece, clamp it in place. I might drill a few holes and throw a few bolts in it, only because I'm not 100% confident with my welding abilities with the arc welder that I have. I don't have a MIG welder. I have a TIG welder, which also doubles as an arc welder, but I can't use the TIG welder in the wind. I'm totally 100% confident with my TIG welds. Arc welding is, I don't want to say archaic, but it's pretty archaic, and I'm kind of a little bit too cheap to go buy a MIG welder. So for today, Tiki and I bid you adieu.